this is how you get to a mark. Long story short is that I've been on a 10-day. This is the 10th day of fishing. Left the house on Thursday night, got to Pembrokeshire after 8.5 hours, fished for a 48-hour competition. Cracking fun, well organised as always. Then after that we got straight on the ferry over to Ireland. We fished the southeast corner and Roslair area, and then to the Copper Coast. Fishing in Ireland! Then we fished a little bit of the Gold Coast, and then we fished Cork for an evening, and now we're up in Kerry, and this is our last day. As you can see, it's been chucking it down, 40-mile-an-hour winds, neap tides. Really the only successful fishing we've had is during the night, which means I haven't been able to film basically. So yesterday we found this mark, and turned out to be alright. With fish. What are you going for now? Still on top water? Oh, I can't get anywhere near the distance with this eel. Now the wind's died anyway. Oh look! Turns. Oh, is that on your patch? Can't get the distance on the baby, well, 10-gram fish eel, so I'm going to try this big paddle tail. This is a mad eel, weighs about 16 grams I think, with a 15-gram jig head on. There's a fish I chucked for a while, and then I got the camera out, and then it slowed down, of course, typically. And this has been the story of Ireland, rain and 40-mile-an-hour winds. Come on, get out. Where's they gone? Oh no. The rock. There was a big boil and it looked fishy, but I think it was just a rock. We've moved off as quick as we found them. Tried topwater, seekers, big paddle tails, fish, crazy eels. Just gone. Like half an hour of madness, and then wish I had the camera set up earlier, but I think we may make a move, try and find somewhere else. Which direction was your fish? Straight where you casting?
Yeah.
Too small to catch. Not.
Oh, there's no second one.
Yeah.
I think it was a fish. It wasn't on for long enough for me to know. I didn't get it.
Couldn't be a snag though, could it?
What?
Couldn't have been a snag. Oh. Hmm? Well, I had my drag slack earlier. I don't know. Might well be. Staying deep. Probably hooked on the side. Jump! Uh-oh. There we go. First cast back on the rock after a bit of a rest. We've been all around the estuary, chucking into the wind, getting wet, and the ebb is starting. And we found the fish again. They're not monsters, but it's mint fun. He's 6 times the size, Jesus. Nice. The weather's turned decidedly Irish. I'm only saying that because that's all I've experienced for the 7 days that I've been here. Wind and rain. This has actually been the only day I've been able to film. Most of our fishing's been at night because the day's just been terrible really for fishing wise. Small tides I think, but I've had a few in the evening. Lewis had a really nice 70. Tom's had a couple. I think it's 60. I think my biggest is around 55, so it's been really hard work. But today's been, well, it's been great being in, having some fish in the daytime, even if it is absolutely booting it down now. So I've had a few casts with the patch that got me 1 fish first cast. Seems to have died off again, so I'm going to try something completely different. Don't think I've ever caught a bass on a bright pink lure, but no reason why it won't work, maybe? I don't know. Only one way to find out. Now on the pink there, I'm going to go back to the top water. They're out miles out. All the fish have been at range, none of them are chasing them to the rock that we're on. And the wind seems to have died a bit, so we're struggling to get the same sort of distance as we were earlier. But there's another big cloud coming in, hopefully I don't think I've ever said this, but hopefully the wind might pick up again. Well, I was just having a last cast because it is dinner time. Oh, absolutely annihilated that. And I thought we need to walk. back down the beach. Not really eating anything, so last cast. And whoops, here we go. There we go, tiger. The chins are just really shallow or something, I don't know. So there we go. Finish up on that little git. And we're going to go and get some food and come back over low, see what it's like, see if there's any beggars around. So now, today, the weather's not quite as nice as it was yesterday, and the tide is right out. I'm not sure if it's going to be any good, but we've got, oh god, 3 or 4 hours to kill before we have to leave for a 5.5 hour journey to get to Belfast, to then get the ferry into Scotland, and then I can get the drive from Scotland back home. Currently I'm up to about 1,500 miles I think of driving in 10 days and a lot of casting, and what I'm going to do is I want to wait for this weather to drive to blow past, but I don't think it will, so it's going to get weighted up and the waterproof's on. I'm going to see if we can catch a last minute Irish bass. Oh, and yeah, the 40-mile-an-hour winds and rain's not going to help filming, so apologies for wind noise, water on the lens, anything. I can't really help it. It's the only way I can bring any footage to you, so hopefully it turns out alright and we get a fish on the shore. Right, let's get going. First cast. Going to stay here until I figure out what the swells are doing. Fish we were catching were over there. I think I need to wade. Gannets diving in front of us, that's a good sign, even if they are miles offshore. Hey! Oh, Lewis is in, first cast. Get in, they're still here. Go over and see him. So much life around with like all the cormorants, gannets, terns. Oh. Oh, go on, get it! Yeah, they're slapping it on there, look at them go! Nice! Woo! Fish are right in front of us. Hitting! See if we can get a couple up. Hey! Have they gone? So just like yesterday, the fish disappeared in no time. Probably moved somewhere. There's a load of birds working over there, gannets, cormorants, terns, and some other blackbirds that I don't recognise. So I'm guessing that's where the fish are probably gone, when they hear the commotion of all the birds hitting the surface. I think I'll have one more cast here and then move to the rip to my right hand side. I can only cast in one direction with this wind. It's actually bending my rod. Hey! Pass her back! Oh, it's going to it! These turns are having my life. Trying to fish and they just keep picking your lure up. We don't want to catch a little bugger like that. Oh, we've got some weather coming. Come on, bite. Wow, I cast straight.
What?
I cast straight. The wind didn't take it. The wind's just gone. I'm gonna go and have a few casts into that rip over there. Some birds diving on the other side of it. Nada. Might go to the other side of those rocks to see if I can reach where that hole is. That's where we were catching them yesterday. They're probably not there, but it could be anywhere. It's a massive beach. Right, well, we've got 20 minutes before we have to head back. Unfortunate, but it's just the way it is. Can't miss a ferry. Be a shame to leave. I think the tide's starting to push now, so I think the fish might turn on or come back. Who knows? Don't even know where they went. I mean, I'm guessing we spooked them. I don't know. Could have just been a timing thing. We arrived right when they decided to do one, but Lewis is over there chucking some lures, getting wet in the waves, in the rain, and getting hounded by the turns. So I'm going to go and join him for 15 and then back to the car over there. Great. Turn just picked up my lure. Oh, another big bass just to smash it while that turn was there. Surely you can feel it's not soft and squishy like a sand eel. I've only been out for an hour and a half. I feel totally wind battered, swept, battered by the weather and the elements. This is what it's been like for 10 days with neap tides, poor fishing, rain, wind. Yeah, but phenomenal trip. 10 days on. It's just been, yeah, I've not fished this much ever, but I really enjoyed it. So all that's left, as I've said before, is to drive back along the beach. We're gonna go and try and find a traditional breakfast or Irish breakfast, and then yeah, 5.5 hours to the ferry, 3.5 hour ferry trip, and then 4-hour drive back home. So what's that, about 2 o'clock in the morning. So yeah, it's covered some miles, put it that way. But I'll definitely be coming back to Ireland. Everywhere you look, it looks like it's got good bass ground. It's just a case of unlocking it, as always. So anyway, I know this video is a bit different to usual or scrappy, but it's all I could manage, and I had to film something because yeah, I just really wanted to see kind of what was going on. So I hope you enjoyed it anyway, and if you did, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, and then as always, can I get a sentence out? As always, until the next one, tight lines. Then just disappear completely. Yeah, we had a few more, a bit more. So long story short is that I've been on, well, long. So the a long story short. Out on pink. Hey, Irish gig. I wonder if I can do donuts. Hey, I can.
Why have we been fishing?
Don't know, we should just do this for 2 hours until the fish start biting. I almost felt like I was going to like pull the rim up, my tyre off the rim.
Yeah, there's a good chance of it, to be honest.
Yeah, I think that's enough now. For me anyway.